Hello everybody. My claim is that renewable energy is greater than fossil fuels. Renewable energy produces energy in many positive ways, unlike fossil fuels. Here's a quote from an expert in science and author of the PICO theme book called Prelude, Kurt Cobb. There is increasing evidence that no fossil fuel will continue to see its rate of production climb significantly in the decades ahead, and so none of them is a viable bridge fuel, not natural gas, not oil, not coal. This means that global society must leap over fossil fuels and move directly to renewables as quickly as possible. Now I'd like to talk about some facts that I think will make it clear to you as to why renewable energy is better. From my knowledge and online research, there have been no reports of casualties caused by renewable energy. However, it is estimated that annual death toll caused from fossil fuel pollutants is around 0.3 million people globally. 170,000 people die annually worldwide from coal burning. Here are a couple of examples of renewable energy. One example of why renewable energy is better has to do with global warming. Despite the sun, fossil fuels are also a contributor to the Earth's rise in temperature. Renewable energy doesn't contribute, but it does, however, take advantage of the sun's energy in a process called solar energy. Are you guys familiar with that? Okay, well, second example is a process which is known as wind energy, which is how the sun drives the wind, whose energy is then captured in wind turbines to create energy. Those were only a couple of examples as to how the renewable energy is made, but there are other alternative ways of how energy is produced. But from what I learned, I conclude that renewable energy is greater than fossil fuel. Thank you.
All right, the topic area is identified very early on, so that's easy, and you've got a clear statement of your thesis. You gave us a source citation for your piece of testimony, and that was fine. After that, I didn't really hear source citations for the factual data that you had. You had a lot of factual data about the number of people who die, the people who are affected by pollution, and I'm sure that that came from someplace, but it's not really given a source citation here, so I think that's a little bit problematic. The latter part of the speech, you're off on several tangents that you identify as examples, but they are vague examples at best. You mentioned the different types of energy. Is there any demonstration that solar energy or wind energy, for instance, is providing energy in a practical way someplace? I think that's what you need. For instance, if you could show that 25% of San Diego's energy comes from wind energy or something like that, that would be an example about how this is really something that's effective and practical, and I think that that's what you need. As it is, it just stays very general about what some of the problems with fossil fuels are, and instead of developing the effectiveness of the renewable energies. The first point was cited pretty clearly, but after that I didn't think that you cited the sources very clearly. You do sound a little bit like you're rushing at times. Take your time and do a little bit more comparison. I did think that you had a solid exit line though. All right, thank you.